just a quick revision of what we have done in previous class. So we have seen that if there is one machine and if there are many jobs are to be processed, then it has to be arranged in the increasing order of the processing time. Then we have seen if there is two machines and there are number of jobs, then we have to use Johnson's algorithm, which says that select the minimum number from the matrix, and if it happens to be on machine 1, place it on the left hand side, and if it happens on machine 2, keep it on right hand side. And then we have solved one problem. So today we will start with another problem of same kind. The question for today is, we have 5 jobs, each of which has to go through machine M1 and M2 in the order M1 and M2. Processing time in hours are given as follows. Determine the sequence of the job that will minimize the total time elapsed. Also, idle time for machine M1 and idle time for machine M2. So 3 things are asked. Determines the sequence of job, total time elapsed, and idle time for machine M1 and M2. The table is given as follows. The numbers in the table indicates if job 1 is processed on machine A, it will require 3 hours of processing time. Similarly, let us say if third job is processed on machine B, then it will be taking a processing time of 2 hours. Okay, so let us apply now, start with the solution, and let us apply Johnson's rule. So Johnson's rule, as I said, it says check the minimum number in the matrix, and if it happens on machine A, put it on left side, or if it is on machine B, put it on the right hand side. So as there are 5 machines, I will make 5 boxes to find out the optimal sequence. Now, first step, what we need to do is select the minimum number from the matrix. So now you can see the minimum number in the matrix is 1, and 1 is located on machine B. So I will write it on the right hand side. So starting with right hand side, I will place the machine 4 or job 4 on the right hand side. And now I will cancel this out because it is already in the sequence part. Now next minimum is 2. But what is there? It is happening on machine A also, and it is there on machine B also. So you can take any of this. Let us say I am taking machine B1, the third job. So as it is on machine 2, I will place it on the right hand side, and this will get cancelled. Again, minimum is 2, but it is on machine A. So if it is on machine A, place it on left hand side. So this will come on left side, and this will get cancelled. Now there is a tie of minimum number 3, and both are occurring on machine A. If it would have been on different machine, we would have placed one on left hand side and one on right hand side. But what if the minimum number appears to be on the same machine? So Johnson says if a same number appears on the same machine, then you can sequence it randomly. That means you can place either machine 1 first, or you can place machine 2 first. So let us say I am placing machine 1 first. So if I place machine 1, this will get cancelled, and automatically second will be coming in the empty space. This is one of the solution, because Johnson says you can do it arbitrarily if the numbers are same on the same machine. But as I have chosen 1 first, someone would have chosen second number machine first. No problem. Johnson says the optimum will remain same, but we will have to show it as multiple optimum solution. Hence, I will also write either this sequence or it can be this sequence. So till here it will be same. 4 will be placed first, then 3, and then 5. And then remaining 2, in previous case I have taken first machine first. Here I will take second machine first, and then the first machine. So you can see here this problem has multiple optimum solution in which there was a tie at the same machine. So after finding out sequence, the next step is to find out the calculation time. So calculation time, again I will make the same table. I will arrange the job as per the sequence which I got. Now here you can take any sequence, you will get the same answer. I have chosen the first one. 5, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yesterday we have seen the row wise completion. That means fifth job we have seen, and we have completed the entire 4 columns. Today I will show you another method in which we can go machine wise. Let us start with the calculation table. The fifth job, as it is the starting point of the job processing, it will be in time at 0. Now you have to see how much time machine A requires on job 5. So from the alongside table you can see, if job 5 is there and machine A is there, you will require 2 hours of processing time. So it starts at 0, takes the 2 hours processing time, hence it will be out at 2 only. Now machine A is free at time t equal to 2, hence next job, that is 1, will be entering the machine at time t equal to 2. Now I am going machine wise. So first job, enter the machine A at 2, processing time is 3, so 2 plus 3, answer will become 5. Now, as 5 is the out time, it will become the in time of the next job. Then you see processing time of 2, it is again 3. So 5 plus 3, 8. This out time will become in time for the next job. So 8 will come here and 8. Third job, it requires 7 minutes. So 8 plus 7, I will get 15. Now this 15 out time will become in time for the next job. So 15 and the time it requires is 5. So 15 plus 5, I will get 20. This completes the entire timings for machine A. Now we will shift our calculation to machine B. Now from the first row you can see the first job, that is 5, will be out from machine 1 at time t equal to 2. Hence the in time will be 2. Machine B का in time क्या हो जाएगा 2, because first job will be entering the machine B after it has been processed on job 1. Now similarly we will proceed. Time in is 2 and fifth job will require 5 hours of processing time on machine B. So it will be 2 plus 5, that is 7. Then as 7 is the out time, it will become the in time for the next job. So 7 and first job require 6 minutes, 6 hours. So 7 plus 6, 13. Similarly, this will become in time now, 13. Second job value is 4. So 3 plus 4, 13 plus 4, 17. Now this will become in time. So 17 will come here. 17 plus 2 will give me 19. Now here it is a issue. So as per our regular procedure, what we are doing, this is the end time of 17. So we use this as the in time for the next job. But here, as the end time is 19 and we are not using here as 19. Why? Because if you observe here, the out time for this job from machine 1 is 20 itself. So if the job is being processed on machine 1, how can it enter machine 2 before? So we have to see what is the maximum of this 2. So here it is 19, here it is 20. Hence here I will get 20 as the in time for the next job. So this will become 20 and processing time on machine 2 is 1. So 20 plus 1, answer I will get 21. First part we have found out optimum sequence. Second part is what is the total processing time. So as I said, total processing time or the make span is the time at which the first job enters the machine and the last job comes out of the machine. So the first in time was 0 and the last out time is 21. So 21 minus 0, I will get the total time elapsed is 21 hours. This is the second answer. Now third answer. Third answer we want what is the idle time of machines M1 and M2. So now we will go here logically. So see here, out time is 2, in time is also 2. So no waiting time. 5 and 5, again here no waiting time. 8 and 8, no waiting time. 15 and 15, again no waiting time. But you can see the total completion time of machine 1 was 20 and the total completion time for all the jobs is 21. So though it has been completed on 20, it will remain idle for this many hours. That means 21 minus 20. So 1 hour will be idle time for machine A. Similarly, now let us see what will be the idle time for machine B. So you can see here the in time only itself starts from 2. That means for first 2 minutes or first 2 hours, this machine has to wait idle. So here 2 is the idle time. Then 7 and 7, no idle time. 13 and 13, no idle time. 17 and 17, no idle time. 19 and 20, that means there is a idle time of 1 minute. So total idle time will be this 2 and this 1, that will be 3. So I will write my answer that total idle time for machine 1 is 1 hour and total idle time for machine 2 is 3 hours. And this completes the solution. So if anyone has doubt, please ask. So it seems no doubt. So we have completed this topic on sequencing with n number of jobs with 2 number of machines. Now let us expand our discussion to if there are 3 machines and many number of jobs. The question is, determine the optimum sequence of job that minimizes the total time elapsed for the data given below in hours. Also find the total time elapsed and idle time for all 3 machines. And the data is given like this: machine P, machine Q and machine R. And similarly the processing time in hours is given. For example, the processing time for machine P on job 5 will be 11 hours and the processing time of job 2 on machine Q is 6 hours and likewise. Now what is the Johnson's algorithm? Johnson's algorithm says that if there are 2 machines and there are n number of jobs are to be processed, select the minimum number from the matrix. If it is on machine 1, place it on left side. If it is on machine 2, place it on right side. But what happens if 3 machines are there? So now the first step will become to convert these 3 machines into 2 imaginary machines. Rest all the procedure will be carried out on 3 machines only. But just to find out the optimal sequence, Johnson has told that 3 machines need to be converted into a 2 machines, that will be an imaginary machine. So let us start with that. Okay, so you can see table on the right side. I have created 2 dummy machines, that is F1 and F2. For the first job, when I made the machine F1, I have added the times of machine P and Q. So you can see 8 plus 5 gives me 13. So this 8 plus 5 gives me 13, which is written here. Then next, 10 plus 6 will give me 16. Then similarly 6 plus 2, 8, 7 plus 3, 10, and 11 plus 4 I will get answer as 15. So this is my machine F1 or imaginary machine F1. Now to find out imaginary machine F2, what I will do? I will do this addition from Q and R. So it will be 5 plus 4, 9, 6 plus 9, 15, 2 plus 8, 10, 3 plus 6, 9, and 4 plus 5 again, I will get 9. So by doing this, what I have done, I have converted 3 machines into 2 imaginary machines or 2 fictitious machines. Next procedure is exactly the same. What we have to do, now we have 2 machines, so we need to select the minimum number, and if it happens to be on machine F1, we will place on left hand side. If it is on machine F2, we will place it on right hand side. So you can see here, we will start one by one. Sequences, as there are 5 jobs, so I have made 5 boxes. Now from the right hand side table which we have drawn, the minimum number is 8. So as minimum number is 8 and it is happening to be on machine 1, I will place it on the left hand side. So 3 has been placed on left hand side and this becomes cancelled. Now next, the next minimum number is 9 and it is occurring on 3 different jobs, that is 1, 4 and 5. But here all the 3 minimum are on the same machine F2. So here you can choose anyone and keep it on the right hand side. We have already seen it in the previous problem. So let us say I am taking the machine 1. So machine 1 on right hand side, this gets cancelled. Again minimum number is 9. You can choose any one of them. Let us say I am choosing 4. But as all of them are on the second machine, it will be started placing from right hand side only. So this is cancelled. Again minimum number is 9. So it will be placed towards right hand side. So 5, this gets cancelled. Now only remaining sequence is 2 or job is 2. So this will appearing on the remaining box and this will get cancelled. So this completes the sequencing part. This completes the sequencing part of the three different machines. Now, after sequencing, there is no use of this fictitious machine table. We will follow our regular procedure for calculation of timings. The fictitious machines was made only for calculating the sequence or determining the sequence. Now let us move forward for calculation table. So here you can see, again I have made a table in which now there are three machines, machine P, machine Q and machine R. And I have arranged the job as per the sequence which I got as 3, 2, 5, 4 and 1. Now again starting with the first machine, I will just help you out for machine 1 and then I will give you time to calculate for machine Q and machine R. So starting with first part, as it is starting time will be t equal to 0. Now we have to see on machine P how much time it will require for processing the job 3. So it is 6 hours. So 0 plus 6 will become 6. Now as 6 is the out time, it will become in time for the next job. And 6 and second job requires 10 hours. So 6 plus 10 I will get 16. Then 16 out time will become in time for job 5. And job 5 requires 11 hours of processing. So 16 plus 11 will give me 27. This will now become the in time for next job. And 27 plus 7 I will get 34. 34 will become now the in time for next job. And 34 plus first job require 8 minutes. So 34 plus 8 I will get 42. So this completes my total processing time of machine P. Now let me give you a start for machine Q and then you will proceed further. The out time of the first job is 6. So this will now become the in time for next job, because as the job is processed on machine 1, it can't be transferred to machine 2. It will be transferred only when it is completed on the machine P. So here the in time will be 6 and out time we have to see how much time machine Q requires on job 3. So it is 2 hours. So 6 plus 2 I will get answer as 8. So here also you can see, ideally this 8 should have become the in time here. But why I have written 16? Because this job will be free from machine 1 at 16 only. So here the maximum of this out time and this out time should appear. So 8 and 16, maximum is 16. So I am writing here 16. And similarly you proceed further and calculate the table. Till then, if anyone has doubt, please ask. Yes. So I have received some answers as 51 as total mixed time. So I think by this time you must have completed because this was enough time. So let me check or fast forward my presentation and see what is the final answer. I will just help you out in finding out the idle time. This plus minus you can do directly. Yes, 51 is correct answer. So answer is 51. Total time elapses 51 hours. Now let me help you out to find out for machine 1. If you can see, I can. So for machine 1, 6 and 6 no idle time. 16 and 16 no idle time. 27 27 no idle time. 34 and 34 no idle time. But all the jobs on machine 1 were completed at time t equal to 42 hours. And the last job which come out of the machine is 51. So till this time 51, this machine 1 has to wait or remain idle. So 51 minus 42, yes, the answer will be, the idle time for machine 1 will be 9 hours. Then let us proceed further for machine 2. Here you can see the in time itself is 6. So first it will be in time, idle time will be 6. Then here it is 8 and here it is 16. So 8 and 16 there is a difference of 8 hours. So idle time will be 8. Then 22 and 27. Here also there is a difference of 5. So idle time will be 5. Then 31 and 34. If you cross this, there is again idle time of 3. And 37 and 42. And there is idle time of 5 again. So total idle time will become 8 plus 6, 14. 14 plus 5, 19, 19 plus 3, 22, and 22 plus 5, 27. 27 will come, and you can see here also mostly exam this students forget. They just calculate this time and they write the answer as final answer. But no, you can see here the time at which machine 2 was free was 47. So here it is 47 and here it is 51. So there is a gap of 4 hours here also. So this will also add up in the idle time of machine 2. So you can see I have in small I have written all the idle times. So 6, 8, 5 and whatever we have calculated. So I will get 3 and 5. So total idle time will for machine 2. Similarly for machine R I will calculate first. So at the first job only it is waiting for 8 hours. So idle time will be 8. Then next 16 and 22 idle time is 6. 31, 31 idle time 0. 36, 37 idle time 1. 43, 47 idle time is 4. So total idle time here will be 8 plus 6 14 plus 1 15 and plus 4 19. So finally I will write idle time for machine 1 9 hours, idle time for machine 2 31 hours. See here this is the mistake which students make. They forget to add this 4 which comes from 51 minus 47. And lastly idle time for machine 3 is 19 hours. So this completes the solution.